News Eye on Agriculture with Britton Rucker.
Nothing you can do. It's just part of farming. And you hope for the best.
Kansas has seen plenty of rain in recent weeks, but it turns out it's making this year's wheat harvest even tougher for Kansas farmers. We'll explain why just ahead. Plus, farming, one of the most dangerous occupations in harvest time, is prone to injuries. We'll share how you and your family can stay safe on the farm. Good evening and welcome to Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. We've had our fair share of much needed rainfall amid the ongoing drought. For the latest on rainfall totals and a look at the drought monitor, let's get over to meteorologist Haylen Wilhite. Haylen.
Yeah, we definitely seen a little bit of some change with the drought monitor. This is from last week. You know, parts of southwest Kansas dealing with at least the most extreme drought right now. Those areas under that 1% of the state is in extreme drought. But here's the latest change. We have seen a little bit of some improvement in parts of southwest Kansas. Most of eastern Kansas completely removed from the drought. But again, it's just a little change. Again, we've had a lot of rain come down at once, and the ground can't really soak up all that in such a short amount of time. We need more time to just let that ground soak up that water. So it is still going to be a long ways before we can clear up that drought. But fingers crossed, we'll get some more rain over the weekend.
Thank you, Haylen. Kansas State University preparing for a major investment in its agricultural program. The university wants to stay on the forefront of the future of agriculture. As 12 News digital anchor Keith Grant explains, part of that comes with finding new ways to feed more people.
Britton, this nearly $250 million project is funded by both private donors and the state of Kansas and hopes to feed an additional 2 billion people by 2050. However, harvesting crops to feed the current population can be hard when drought damages the crop. To beat all of this, the university wants to create what they call climate-resilient crops.
And there is, at least we could say, climate uncertainty going forward. That could mean more variable temperatures, more variable rainfall. We also know we have a finite underground water supply in the Ogallala Aquifer.
It says the research to create those hardier crops needs to happen now, so a decade down the line we have crops ready to withstand the changing climate.
Keith, thank you. More layoffs are coming to ag equipment maker John Deere. The company has authorized 103 early retirements for workers at a factory in Iowa. Deere also cut another 16 jobs at a factory on June 1st. It also says Deere will cut more positions later this year, eliminating what the company says is, quote, overlap and redundancy by the end of July. Deere has eliminated at least 650 jobs across Iowa in the past 2 weeks. As the U.S. grapples with an outbreak of the bird flu in dairy cattle and people who've had contact with them, the World Health Organization has announced the first known human infection with a different strain in Mexico has died of complications of their infection. The source of the person's infection is unknown, although the World Health Organization noted that viruses had been reported in poultry in Mexico. The person, who had multiple underlying medical conditions, had been bedridden for 3 weeks for other reasons before they developed new symptoms. They say contact tracing and testing is being done while scientists are on alert for changes in the virus. And with the concerns of the bird flu cases rising, the former White House coronavirus response coordinator sheds light on various public health challenges and emphasizes the crucial lessons learned from past pandemics.
We're not testing to really see how many people have been exposed and got asymptomatically infected, because we're once again only tracking people with symptoms. When we did that with COVID, the virus spread throughout the Northeast undetected because it took a long time to get to the vulnerable individuals. But in the meantime, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people were infected with asymptomatic or mild disease and never came to medical attention.
The Kansas Department of Agriculture says the virus has infected only one Kansas flock of birds in recent months after infecting several in December and January.